And do you know what the Salzburg Lutherans did? The next story I want to tell you is one I don't use very often, but I think is pretty great. It is a story of the Salzburg Lutherans in 1731. In the German nations during this time, there was a rule that happened after the wars of religion. Once they brought about peace, the rule was whoever was in charge, their religion was your religion. So if the king or prince or ruler of a nation was Catholic, his people were Catholic. If the king or prince or ruler of the nation was Lutheran, people had to be Lutheran. And if the person was Calvinist, well, I think you get the idea, right? Now, that does not sound like a good place to live in if you want to be a regular person. Everyone would have to convert to Catholicism or leave. If you own land, he gave you a whole 2 months to get out of Dodge. But if you owned nothing, you had to leave within the week. And do you know what the Salzburg Lutherans did? They left. They walked with only what they could carry out of Salzburg and into the other places. Didn't have a place to go, no property. They certainly didn't have time to sell anything, at least at market rate. They left. They left property, land, lives, communities, jobs, people they loved, and they exited. This was a very famous event that happened in Germany. Everybody knew about it. And the Lutherans all over that disparate nation used them as examples of faithfulness because they decided, being one of us, faithful to Christ and the pure grace of the gospel, was more important than their homes, their properties, their communities, their livelihood, their land, everything they had. They left it behind with nothing in the future.